I'm just noticing the time, Israel. Shall we start looking for the
Yes,
the?
and we may as well get straight into our first game. So, first game we've got coming up this time is Fighting 13th versus the D4krR Alliance. I've no idea what D4krR is, so I'm just going to call them Alliance. It sounds better than Dave. Those of you looking at the map will notice that there are a couple of changes from the regular Sea of Fortune. First off, the carrier is right back on the back of the map. That is deliberate. It's designed to give the teams that extra 30 seconds to get up to speed before the planes are overhead. You'll also notice off on the west that there's a cluster of ships. Those are the casters' starting positions. It's very simple. Because of the limits of the World Warships clients, Stats and I will be on opposite teams, and we will start in all lines, and we will basically ram each other. That kills us, frees up the carrier, frees up the camera rather, and lets us get out and start following the action. So we need to find the training room. They should
So
hopefully be starting to go up and running.
we've just been pinged. So we need to look for the room created by Dom.
Indeed. And this
Found
is
it.
the standard stuff. So it would be easier just to search. And you'll have to forgive us. There we are. There's Dark Dom's training room, entering that. So we are almost set to go. Reminder of the rules for everybody. It is tier 10, 9v9. You're allowed up to 3 capital ships, including 1 carrier. And, well, we'll go from there. So,
And if you don't take a carrier, you get another battleship. Is that the?
You have the option to take another battleship. So it's entirely possible that people could choose to go with only 2, 1, or even no capital ships at all. Although I don't think I'm going to see that crazy a build.
No, I very much doubt it.
It's the qualifiers. Anything could happen.
This is true. Yeah, this is true.
Yeah. So we will see where it goes from there.
So this match is, two teams who they're certainly not inexperienced by any means, but not right at the top of the ladder. And I love these games. I love the games where it's teams who are fighting to get to the top because they really want it.
Yes, and it's different. You see a bit more aggression out of the teams at this point on the ladder. As you say, they really want it. They're perhaps willing to take a couple of risks,
exactly,
and get their name on the marker. Anyhow, tag up for ready. And by my count, everyone is here. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is here. The moment is at hand. Are they prepared? We're about to find out.
I think we might have to wait just a little bit so they start on time. They're actually ready early, which is good.
Hey, enjoy that while it lasts.
I know.
King of the Sea, when you've got this many teams.
It's like booking an appointment at the dentist. That as you go on through the day, they just get later and later and later and later. So I think we'll see a bit of that.
Speak for yourself. The last dentist appointment I had, the guy actually phoned me up to see if I could come in early because
really?
The previous chap had cancelled. Sudden attack of common sense.
Let me just tell these guys that we are ready.
Okay, and yep, pretty much to the minute. Ladies and gentlemen, round 1, group 1, game 1 of the King of the Sea EU qualifiers, just as soon as we hit the big green button.
It takes him a while to find it, bless him.
I think he's making sure that
teams,
teams
are ready. FT13 are just confirmed ready. We're just waiting for the Alliance to confirm ready.
And once they do that, we are good.
My dog is celebrating in the background by chewing her chew stick. So apologies for the noise.
Right, and we are good to go.
Good.
Right, so
switching over to the game.
Indeed, just as soon as we get out of the loading screens. And there we go. Right,
so lineups.
Indeed.
Ooh, mismatch carrier.
Yes, Haku versus Misway. Interesting that we also have a Yamato versus a Republique. Now, that's going to be interesting because, of course, Yamato has the overmatch capacity. Republique has got the speed, the very nasty main guns. A lot of people look at that and think only 2 turrets. So, no. Also interesting destroyer choices. Fushimikazes versus a Z-52.
Yeah. Now, 1-on-1, that's probably not much of a contest, but 2-on-1? I know there won't be 2-on-1 because they'll be on different sides of the map, the Shimas, but yeah, it's an interesting matchup. And of course,
Well,
you take two Shimas, you lose a cruiser, so...
Yes, and they've taken a Stalingrad to compensate. And it's worth noting, of course, that... pull forward. It's worth noting that the Shimas, of course, are fast. They can change that position really quickly. We can safely assume that everyone is going to be running a full run of Sierra Mike, Juliet Charlie, and all the other signals. So, with that out of the way, we've got some GG chat going up in the corner. Yay. Let's see what the teams are up to.
So, our midway... So I should point out to both streams that we're on a 5-minute delay, so that the two teams can't stream snipe, which is fair enough. That obviously means that you can't interact with us very well, but you can obviously chat to each other. So we've got our midway on the Alliance side is... he was streaming across towards A, but he's now decided that's the wrong thing to do, and he's now turning all the way around and heading on towards B by the looks of it. What's your carrier doing?
Right, well, our carrier is just sitting where it is. FT13 playing relatively passive. They're not really maneuvering. There was a little coming together between the Montana and the Yamato. I think they've decided to go do an AC split, and the Monty and the Yami crossed each other's paths. Very early air scouting from both carriers. The Hakuryu getting the first look with his attack planes. I think your midway did a quick scout across to A. Duck Dom's just popping up there. Both of them dropped their cap fighters to get a little bit of delayed spotting. Of course, that's only good for 60 seconds, or about 10 seconds if a Des Moines gets close to them, of course.
Interestingly, on our side, we've got a Moskva and a Des Moines sitting together above Alpha cap. A couple of shots came out from your Yamato towards the missed. But I think the Des Moines might be there to provide AA support for the Moskva.
My guess would be that they're looking at limited AA support. Of course, they're overlapping their flag. Remember, this is tier 10. A ship on its own for AA is basically a free lunch for a carrier. And I think Arndorg's about to discover that near sea. He's gone a bit too far away from the flak. Dark Doms is looking for the pass, but he's lost a couple of planes. Didn't really get much away. Oh, Simia there just got blacked. He's running broadside to a lot of firepower.
He's just got whacked again. 16k. He's undoubtedly going to try.
Hindenburg just fired full salvo AP. He's going to try to turn out, but...
So I thought the Shima had dropped smoke for him so he could drop off and get a heal in, but actually he's keeping firing, which is an interesting choice. I don't think that's going to work out for him.
He has broken... Oh, no, he had broken contact, then he pulled the trigger again and he got air spotted. So he's down to 10,000, disappears again, pops back in. He's running the ragged edge of line of sight here. I'm not sure what exactly is holding him spotted. I think it might be the planes.
Shima has got some torps going down through C cap, just leaving the southern edge of C now.
Yeah, FT13 haven't seen those yet, but they're not in a hurry to push into the cap. They're quite content.
Our Des Moines is radaring.
Everyone down.
JMDS is radaring.
Ooh, yes, and that's going to leave Spracht in a really awkward position. He's trying to get bow on, but he's just realised that he's staring down the barrels of Montana, Des Moines, and the Moskva. And, this might be first blood to the Alliance.
He's slightly outnumbered there.
He's backing up hard, but he might be bow on, but the Moskva's throwing high X. The Des Moines is going to switch soon. Yep, there it is. And, of course, the Monty can still see him. And, well, 16-inch guns don't care about 27mm bows.
And this Des Moines has not got much in the way of support. There's a Minor and a Montana somewhere behind him, but they're nowhere to be seen at the moment for us. So Montana shells coming in, and it's first blood to the Montana.
First blood to the Alliance. I think, then again, second blood might follow pretty fast. Evangelion there decided just to poke out, thought maybe he got rid of Des Moines. There we go.
One apiece.
Unleash the orange Kool-Aid,
There's torps coming towards the Minotaur.
Yeah, Captain Teak's turning it. He's getting bow on, but he's still spotted, and the planes have got him honest. He's dropping his smoke. He's gonna beat the Montana. Maybe he won't beat the Montana shells. Static torp beat, cross drop from the midway.
I think
this is gonna get messy. No, those torps are going to hit the Minotaur, and in fact, the way he's backing up, he's going to eat all 6.
Wow, he had 6 torpedoes. What's his health?
British acceleration quite literally bit him in the stern there.
What's his health on that?
He is down to around
Oh yeah, we see him.
about 6k.
He's just got
There's not
radared.
much left of him.
He's
Oh
radared.
dear. Wow. A little bit of a reverse
Also,
over on the other side.
oh yeah, say over the other side of the map. Yeah,
Shimakaze.
just in the background, I've got and one down.
And then yes, and Yamato takes out the Des Moines. So it's turning into an AC slap fest on both sides. Looks like it's going opposite ways. Both sides' weaker flags are getting hammered pretty hard. Captain Teak there doing his best, but remember, the Minotaur's bow is thin, and I'm pretty sure the Moskva can overmatch him. The Montana certainly can.
As I say, the small matter of the Montana there as well.
Yeah, well, we say small, but not really. Of course, there were 2 radar sets for Alliance in A, so
it looks like the Charlie.
StatsBloke's not gonna.
Looks like the Charlie side has completely collapsed. Minotaur down.
Minotaur down. So we have one isolated Montana who is suddenly in a 3-on-1. Yatsvar, I think, got a bit too close to the island. That's blocking his line of fire. He couldn't provide support, and we'll see how far he gets now he's on his own.
On the Charlie side, the Republic is being focused.
Yep, and it's 5-2 over there. And interestingly, both of the Shimikazes have gone without accomplishing all that much. So Alliance are now going to be really dependent on their carrier for spotting.
Absolutely, and it'll be interesting to see if the Alliance guys can set up a crossfire from A over to Charlie, because these guys are going to have to choose which way that they point their noses.
Yeah, the problem is, well, we can see the Alliance Montana under Fabsman trying to push past the Mont Saint-Michel. He's leaving the cap, I think, to Falcon Map. He's got to go broadside to FT13's Montana in the process. So this is an interesting risk he's running here. If he can get behind the Mont Saint-Michel before Yatsvar can fire again, then he's going to get that cover. There we go. Hakuyu trying to dislodge the Moskva and disrupt the cap. No! Wow, I thought he was going for the Moskva from that perspective, but he was trying for the Montana. That is questionable. Montana's popped its cat fighters. The Moskva is... well, what's left of the Moskva is back into stealth, so point A has gone to Alliance. And over in point C, they're not pushing forwards.
Haku just got its planes wiped out by the Montana.
Yeah,
no successful drop.
Simla takes down the Moskva anyway, so point too little, too late. However, point A has been capped. So Shonen's there. I think he's deciding whether or not to try burning Yatsvar's Montana down, but he's going to be running some pretty nasty risks in order to do it. Fabsman is pushing forwards into B, trying to get that second control point, but Alliance have traded a lot of health to get this position advantage. They are 400 to 148 down. They are 160 health down. And it's going to be rough for them. They've really got to make every health point count. They've got to get that Republic back into the
Montana fight. Is flooding, 4. Looks like he's damaged cont. He has damaged cont.
Yeah, and that's maybe about to catch him because Arndork has swung up through the east side B. He's dropped to his. The Republic is down. Yamato bags her 3rd kill of the game. Those 46cm rifles proving absolutely monstrous. And I think Fabsman is about to get another fish supper if he's not. I think
he has slowed down. He's going to eat one on the nose.
He's going to eat that one on the bow outside of his belt. That could be another flood.
Is there another set coming? Yes, there is.
Yes, there is. 2
That's
into the
be
belt,
2.
maybe 1 into the stern. That, I think, is going to finish him, because if he's flooding, and if he damcon gets that first
he is flooding.
Strike,
he's also being AP'd by the Z.
Yeah, Zed's looking for that. I mean, those may only be 5-inch guns, but they do the business when you point them at superstructures. So
it's down to the midway.
And I think at this point, you'd normally just call GG. Who's up for a rousing game of Hunt the Carrier? Yeah, there's the GGs in chat. Who's up for a rousing game of Hunt the Carrier?
Question is, will the midway make it easy by coming south?
I don't know. We're going to find out pretty shortly. It's going to have to turn if he does. I think Dark Doms is just looking for maybe a bit of pride, but you can't even accuse him of padding his stats here because, let's be honest, this is a trading room. The stats
absolutely doesn't. Yep, absolutely. But I think he's going to come south and just make it quick.
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah,
doing
he's
the
already
same as
spotted.
well. There's the turn. He's been spotted, and it looked pretty even right the way up until about the 6-minute mark, when the seaside just collapsed. And quite interesting, they were just to pivot the team round, and they took far less casualties in that push. I'm not sure that's going to do very much for the headaches that the guys over in Point A have got, but hey, victory's a wonderful painkiller.
Absolutely. This may take a couple of minutes just to get this midway down here.
Yeah, they're going to be sorting themselves out, running the
He's,
mop up. So I think we can set there.
I think we can safely call that a win for
I I
TF13.
think we can safely declare that Fighting 13th have taken this one, and they are one step closer to the group stages. Right, so well, we're just watching the last of this play out. Yeah,
Just
there
in,
we go.
I
They
think,
have hard spots on Dark Doms now, so
yeah,
Stalingrad's got the guns on. That's going to be over soon.
just in case they've all forgotten to take their det flags and they all happen to detonate or something, because you never know.
Stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened.
Typically, they happen in the group stages. Okay, so
One talk. Oof, that was a big hit. And he should be down with the next
yes,
volley.
this is not going to take much longer.
Yep, and it's over. Congratulations to TF13.
FT13 fighting 13th.
FT13,
Yep,
I apologise, FT13.
They get their wins through, and we are sorted for our first game. That was over remarkably quick.
Was indeed. It looked like it might be a bit campy, and then it really wasn't.
Yes.
When they started going quickly.
Yes, that's what happens in a lot of these games, particularly with these small teams. You lose one ship, and then it's almost like a chain of dominoes going down.
I think it seemed that one team went heavy on the A side, the other team went heavy on the C side, and they just saw the opportunity to push the lighter side of the enemy team, and they both did that.
Absolutely, and I
FT
think
just did it
Fighting 13th's weaker flank just held up that little bit better. I don't know whether it was the fact it was almost accidental that their Montana was out of the line of fire for the first part. He couldn't provide support, and the cruisers got left high and dry as a consequence. But then they just couldn't get rid of that Montana. So, and he was in a position to just harass and hound, and they couldn't really turn into B either. So that delayed them making the maneuver into center. And that Yamato, 3 kills. I mean, the overmatch on those 46-centimeter rifles is why you take a Yamato in this tournament.
What did you think about the destroyers? I think the Z was being fairly effective at providing some torp screening, but the Shimas didn't seem to do very much. I wasn't paying as much attention to the C cap, but I didn't see any massive dev strikes or anything from the Shimas.
Yeah, the Shimas seemed to go splat relatively quickly from what I saw of them.
And then there was that Shima who tried to smoke screen the cruiser who was in trouble, and was basically the smoke screen was basically ignored, which I thought was interesting. Maybe a bit of a miscall there.
Possibly a miscall. Stress the mode. It didn't help, of course, that the Moskva wasn't actually in the smoke screen, and once the planes were round onto the flank, that was that. That said, it did cover the Moskva out. He'd got through his turn. He was able to at least partially disengage, even if he did take a beating in the process.